मेरा नाम Chris है. And yep, that's pretty much the limit of the Hindi that I remember. Even though, my formative childhood years were spent here in India. I went to a school in the beautiful hill station, Mussoorie, up in the Himalayas. And I guess they taught us in English. We never really got fluent in Hindi. But this country really became, I would say, a key part of my identity. For example, in 1967, at the age of 10, when I took a trip back to England, the Indian cricket team came on tour, and I found myself, of course, cheering for India. My heroes back then were Bishan Bedi and Chandrasekhar with his googlies, and swashbuckling opener Farokh Engineer, and of course the heroic captain, the Nawab of Patodi. Supporting India back then was a little harder than now because they pretty much lost every match. But in the years since then, I have watched in awe and admiration as both the country's cricketers and the country itself has grown in confidence and accomplishment to become the world power that it is today. So I guess I really mean it when I say I'm thrilled to be here this evening. For this launch, this is putting together the platform I've been trying to build for the last 16 years and bring it to a country that I feel such deep ties for. I really believe that TED and India are a match made in heaven. Some years ago, I had a conversation on a visit here that I'll never forget. It was with the visionary co-founder of Infosys, Nandan Nilekani. I'd been asking him how, given India's vast population, how on earth is it going to deal with some of the challenges it faces? He said to me, Chris, you're thinking of India as having more than 1 billion mouths to feed. I think of it as having more than 1 billion minds to deploy. Those minds are our greatest asset. What happens to them is going to determine our future. Now, TED's mission is mind empowerment. When a powerful idea enters a mind, a miracle happens. That mind gets literally rewired just a little. Something that it didn't understand before, it now understands. It may perceive new possibilities that it didn't perceive before. The owner of that mind may feel inspired to dare greater things for her life than she ever dared before. So this experience is so powerful. And when you think of India with the thirst for knowledge and self-improvement that there is here, there's just no better country in the world than to imagine the impact of ideas spreading. So, why TV? You might think that to try to put TED Talks onto mainstream television inevitably involves dumbing them down. That is not what happened here. This has been really a beautiful collaboration. It's brought together the best of TED and the best of Star. My brilliant colleague here, Juliet Blake, has literally logged, I think, like 250,000 air miles, working with an extraordinary production team at Fremantle Media and the greatest minds at Star. And what they've put together is really quite extraordinary. When I saw the results of their efforts, I was blown away. I can't say too much, but it's like watching the best 4 or 5 TED Talks you ever saw, recorded in front of the most engaged audience you ever saw. And it's more than that, because they connect with each other, they build on each other. And there's the host factor. Having a Bollywood superstar as your host, you might think, again, that's going to deliver a lightweight TED. Oh no, 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 no. Shah Rukh Khan has proved to be as curious and as intelligent, as insightful as he is charismatic. So you put all that together. The result, well, you'll be the judge. My opinion, riveting television. Riveting television. And it's not just television that entertains. It's television that leaves its audience with a gift of understanding, a gift of possibility, a gift of empowerment, and a gift of inspiration. So, thank you, Uday and Gaurav and your whole team. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Shah Rukh Khan. Thank you to each of you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
And a very good evening to you. Namaskar and assalamu alaikum to all of you present here. मैं ज़्यादा वक्त नहीं लूँगा आप लोगों का. 2-3 बातें करूँगा बस और फिर उसके बाद I think we'll open to the press to ask us about TED Talks India नई सोच. First of all, why TED Talks? And बचपन में मुझे मालूम नहीं कैसे ये हुआ, लेकिन ऐसा कुछ हुआ कि मेरे माँ बाप ने या टीचर्स ने या दोस्तों ने या जो मोहल्ले वाले हैं, उन सब लोगों ने कुछ ऐसा कुछ सिखाया मुझे कि मुझे जानने की इच्छा बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई हर चीज़ में. सो लाइक क्यूरियस जॉर्ज और द क्यूरियस कैट, आई वांट टू नो एवरीथिंग. मुझे बड़ी तकलीफ़ होती है अगर कोई चीज़ या कोई शब्द मुझे बोला जाए और मुझे उसका मायने ना आता हो या उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ना हो. मोर ऑफन देन नॉट, बिकॉज आई एम एन एक्टर, व्हेन पीपल से समथिंग दैट आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड और नो अबाउट, I just act out that I've understood by behaving like, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Lot of words that Uday speaks just before we did, like eclectic, I still don't understand. But back there, I kept on going, this is a very eclectic show. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So I've been doing that all my life. But the only good habit I have is as soon as I find out something I don't know, even before the times of Google, when we used to look for words in the dictionary, or if we were well-to-do enough, had an encyclopedia at home, I would rush home and try to understand, ask my father, ask my mother, ask my teachers. And the only thing else that I could ask was TED Talks. And that time TED Talks wasn't available like it is now on the digital medium, and now inshallah on television very, very soon. But I was a big fan of TED Talks. और वो इसलिए नहीं कि हमेशा वो जवाब मुझे मिलता था जो मैं पूछना चाह रहा था सवाल, बट उन लोगों की बातें जो मर्द और औरत वहाँ पे आके बातें करते थे, उनसे कुछ ना कुछ मुझे समझने को, सीखने को मिलता था. For years I followed TED Talks, and especially when the World Wide Web came around, even in the days with that old modem. We've forgotten those days. Now we just click on something, it happens. The world has moved on so much. But the only thing that hasn't changed for me is that I still look forward to hearing a TED Talk, whichever's happening anywhere in the world. When they started a franchise all around the world, TED Talks X, TEDx, I started following that. And first of all, before I go on to say anything, I want to genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank this wonderful gentleman, Chris Anderson, and this lovely lady, Juliet, for allowing me to be a part of TED Talks recently when they called me over to Vancouver. It is perhaps, if I may say, the most eclectic, intellectual, wonderful gathering that I've ever been in the world, and perhaps the greatest achievement of my whole career and actually my whole 52 years of life. So thank you so much, Chris, and thank you, Juliet, for calling me there. I was extremely nervous. I didn't know how to speak there, being an actor, professional actor for 30 years, but to go and speak in front of some of the best minds, and not the best minds because they have a collection of the greatest of scientists, innovators, inventors, no. The best minds because they have the simplest idea, the smallest idea, and they're willing to share it with the world because I truly believe the world changes by the smallest of ideas. I hear a lot of people who talk about world domination and taking over and doing this and changing the face. No, I think all changes that take place in the world, in life, anywhere in the universe, I think, is because of a small idea. And I think the bigness of TED Talks lies in the fact that it gives a huge platform to the smallest of ideas. So, for me to be on this platform as a host, as an anchor, I don't even know what we'll call it that once the show comes on air. I want to thank the other gentleman who came on stage before me, that is Mr. Uday Shankar. So thank you so much, sir. Kahan pe aap? For allowing me to be standing here, and thank you for taking this one big step. In the times when we are trying to take everything onto the digital world, why, pray, are we trying to bring stuff back on television? Is that a step backward? I don't think so. The main essence of that is the language part of it. मुझे ऐसा लगता है, जो उदय साहब ने भी कहा, कि हम लोग कहीं ना कहीं पर हमारी अपनी भाषा, अब हमारी भाषा थोड़ी मिक्स हो चुकी है, मतलब हिंदुस्तानी सी हो गई है, इंग्लिश भी है उसमें, हिंदी भी है, स्पोकन जो भाषा है वो ईजी हो गई है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं पर हमारी भाषा के अंदर इंटेलेक्चुअलिज्म जो है, मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है, मुझे कभी कभी लगता है समझ भी नहीं आता है, क्योंकि इतने भारी भरकम वर्ड होते हैं. एक एंटरटेनमेंट चैनल को ये स्टेप लेने के लिए, सॉरी Chris and Juliet, I'm just saying good things about you when I'm speaking in Hindi. So, I'm still praising you. Okay? So मैं अगर प्रेज नहीं भी कर रहा हूँ तो बीच में मैं बोलता रहूँगा, जूलियट, क्रिस, एक बार तालियां बजा दो.